what was the deal with the wall sits?
Just a couple of drills during the practice we didn't compete the way we wanted to. And that was something that we actually did in the spring of 2016 when we feel like we were under kind of similar circumstances. And there are some guys here that remember that, but there's not a bunch, you know, there's not a bunch that kind of went through that initiation process of when we became what we became. And there's some guys that now kind of hopped in on the ride and sort of enjoyed the fruits of the labor of some of those that aren't here anymore. And so it's just important to understand that we didn't get good just because on accident, you know what I mean, that there were certain things and that we had to do and we had to establish to play defense the way we have the last 2 years.
Would you say that the veterans who are here, do they get the standard that you talk about? Do they understand that?
They do. They do. And it's just now it's time for the young guys to understand that it's their obligation to raise their game to the standard that the older ones put out there. And they have to do it every day. And everybody, when they're recruited, wants to play, and then all of a sudden opportunity stares you eye to eye, and some guys blink, you know, so you got to be careful what you ask for. We've been telling guys that we got opportunity to play early here, and we weren't lying, and they're finding that out now, sometimes the hard way.
Maybe not the best day to ask this, but with the cornerbacks that you recruited, you know, when you look at what you want in a starting cornerback or a starting quality cornerback, where are they? Where do they fall short? What do you like about them?
Well,
the ones that are here now, obviously.
All of them? Or are you talking about like Gilbert and DJ?
Gilbert and DJ.
Well, what they both have is they both have outstanding length. They're both highly competitive guys. DJ's probably nudged ahead a little bit early just because of his, I'd say, urgency and maybe a little bit greater attention to detail. They can both run. They can both make plays on the ball. You know, we haven't done a lot of actually tackling guys to the ground yet, you know, where you get a chance to see their physicality. But that's, you know, and that's what you need in this day and age. You know, you need guys that can set edge in the run game. You need guys that can cover guys up down the field. The success that Michael Jackson had a year ago. So, no, I think we're happy that they're both here. But again, when you only have 5 guys on campus, they need to get up to speed in a hurry.
Has Devontae Dean taken steps this spring?
He has, yes. He's getting more confident in his technique. Because from an ability standpoint, his ability to run, his length, all of his physical attributes are almost, you know, off the charts. So now it's just really feeling comfortable with his technique that he can lean on, where you're not just always trying to rely on your physical attributes. And your confidence comes from that. You know, if you feel good about your technique, then you'll play with more confidence. And corner, having a lot of confidence in corner is obviously so crucial. So, yeah, I think this month is vital for him, and we like the way he's coming along.
What have you seen from John Garvin? He talked a little bit about just wanting to work on his work ethic and show you guys that he's pushing himself. You know, what have you seen from him through the early part?
Yeah, that's what's showing up is his competitiveness, and so he can still do the thing where he runs around and can bend and sort of turn the corner in a way that a guy his size shouldn't be able to do. He's remarkably never off his feet because he's the center of gravity so low. But the neatest part is a play yesterday where, you know, the quarterback flushes out of the pocket and the guy sprints from, you know, one side of the hash all the way to the other sideline to run the guy out of bounds for no gain. You know what I mean? So that's just that playing with a sense of urgency, and that's the hardest thing for young players to understand. You know what I mean? The talent, you know, a lot of times is God-given. You know what I mean? The effort and the energy and the enthusiasm you play with, that's your choice. Young guys generally choose sometimes to do it and sometimes not to do it. So becoming a great player is not allowing yourself to choose to not go full speed. So he is becoming more of a full speed guy, and if he continues to do that, then his God-given talent will really start to shine.
Where would you say Pinckney is in that kind of full speed effort?
It's been better this spring. I think he's playing a lot harder. I think he's understanding he's one of the leaders of our team, and same with him. All of his natural skills are there. You know what I mean? And you know, he made a great play today on an interception. And the more he does that, we're trying to say, okay, now how do we get to the next level where, you know, you make the play that wins us the game. You know what I mean? Instead of almost, you know, breaking up the slant that you pick it off, and I think he's embracing that role.
Can McLeod stay kind of engaged mentally? We've seen him out there. You know, can he kind of still be a part of it without taking contact?
Of course, yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, he's actually already very bright to begin with anyway, and so he's never far from what we're doing, and his passion for the game is a 10 out of 10. So it's easy for him to stay engaged.
Coach, what would you say Mandy is, and as far as his development, and what have you seen?
Well, we all know the plays that Trajan can make, and I think Trajan right now is fighting the battle of the consistency day after day, you know, and being that guy on every play, you know. So what we talk about, we say, okay, look at the way our year ended. We look at the Wisconsin game. We got Wisconsin to third down. We're playing man coverage. One of us against one of them. It doesn't get any more simple. This is like playing in the backyard. You know what I mean? Okay. What do we do this year to not let that guy catch the ball? You know what I mean? How do we change? And more often than not, it has to come with urgency. Top of the route, our eyes back at the quarterback. Are we running the route with the wide receiver? Are we closing to the reception point? Those are the fine margins. If you and that's what is really facing not just him but our entire football team. If you just knew you were on a different level, then that'd be different. But you know you're looking eye to eye, and it's that last step. You know, and that last step is what's going to win us that New Year's Day 6 game or win us the ACC championship. And so Trajan's feeling that, and all of our guys are feeling that, and that's our job as coaches to continue to push them towards that.
Thanks, man.
Okay, thank you all so much. Okay.
Thanks, man.